So what is that secret weapon that I have that will really help you plan the most perfect website that has ever been built? You want to know it? It's you. You are the perfect tool that you have in your toolbox to design and build the most incredible website that's out there, even if you don't have the tech and the design skills. The reason for this is that you are the only person who understands what you're trying to sell, what products you're offering, and who wants to buy them. Who is going to be your ideal customer that's going to come into the front of your store and buy the items that you want have on display or want to sell. And most of the time, that ideal customer is usually ourselves in our current state, because we're serving them from where you are now, or a few steps back. So maybe you a few years back when you started off. So most of the case in our online business, we kind of selling things like either coaching or services or things that we have offered other clients, or even like principles and those kind of things. We are creating it for a solution for somebody who has been in a similar situation and we have been in before. So keep that in mind. So if it's going to work for you, it's going to work for your ideal customer. So you need to think through every single step that that customer is going to take on your website. Almost like if you have a physical store and somebody walked through the front door, how would you guide that customer through the shop? Well, you're probably going to introduce them, say, hi, this is what we are. These are our most popular items. But let me hear a bit more. What are you interested in? Okay, that's what you're interested in. Okay, I can show you these kind of things, you know? So when we are thinking about a website, we need to think of the same way, except that on a website, we have more than just one door. And most of the time, people find your website through a Google search. So they might land on any of your pages, but most likely on one of your blog posts. And then they will read that blog post, and then they will find, who's this person? So they'll click through to the About page. They'll read that, and then that needs to guide them somewhere else. Or if they finished reading this specific article or blog post on my website, or listen to this podcast, what will be the natural next step for them to take? Will it be sending them to another podcast? Is it downloading a resource? And once they downloaded that resource, you can then communicate with them via email, send them to some other articles that you've written, or to some other products that you are offering. You see how this journey can go? But it's very key that you find exactly what your customer needs when they land on your website. So we need to know what is the main focus, what they're coming there for. And each page and each article or blog post have one amazing heading that is standing out to them, and one amazing call to action that is leading them to the next step. Because we don't want them to just come to your website, read, and then get distracted, and then never come back to your website. So we want to encourage them to follow a journey through your website. Keep clicking through your website. So what is that journey going to look like? Okay. So I have a resource again for you. So just download the resource below, and then use this to start your brain thinking about how you can structure this website according to when and how a person is entering your website. So there's some prompts for you to fill in. And sometimes I find with some of my clients, it actually, they're just like the whole idea just comes to life when I actually start talking to ChatGPT as if it's a person, and they just say, hey, I want to create a customer journey through my website. Can you help me figure out what my customer will need when it lands on the homepage? I am thinking of putting this over here. What do you think would be the natural next step? And then see what he comes up with, you know? And then so start having that conversation. If you're having that real conversation, even though it's an AI bot, the feedback that you will get will also start sparking your brain about how your customer will think. It really works. Trust me. Okay. on that note, I'll meet you guys tomorrow when I'm actually going to pull back the curtain and I'm going to show you exactly how I plan out a website and to plan the menu structures of that website. Very exciting. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow.